Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Rastaman, my chalice strike lightning as the morning break. My heavens open wide, the sun was up in my face. The wisdom of the wise keep my head set straight.
Mr. Lutan Fyah, introduce yourself.
Yeah, give thanks, greetings, one and all, Holy Emmanuel, I Selassie, Jah.
Rastafarian.
Give thanks to life first and foremost, glad to be here. It's a blessing, it's always a privilege, you know. More life, one and all again, enough respect.
Okay. I want to start off the interview by asking you about the name, Lutan Fyah. And where did it come about? How did you get that name?
How the name come about, Lutan Fyah? Yo, it's a long time ago, not a long story. I can't remember exactly the morning. It was 1992. You know, when you look at you there, you know, in the ghetto, every man have 10, 15 alias name. So at the time, every man had draft your alias, you know. So we come up with Lutan Fyah. You know, L-U-T-A-N-F-Y-A-H. At the time, we not even know the significant meaning of this word fire or Lutan. Then we come learn through studying the Bible that the F-Y-A-H, you know, is the life itself in a man, fire. If you know about the Y-A-H, where them say life begins between the Nile. So at the time, the J never did, they say, we say Jah. So yeah. Original people have come up with it, you know what I mean? And then the Lutan is a wind instrument, an ancient Egyptian instrument, you know. A man used to blow it, or a woman blow it. Them call that person the Lutanist. So Lutan Fyah is the vocal with the life of fire, you know? So
Okay. Okay. Now, this moniker came about before you were actively doing music?
Well, we were born doing music, but before we start recording songs, so we always go with that name, you know?
Okay. So now, let's start with your musical journey and you as an artist. When, as you said, you were born with the music.
Yes, sir.
But when did you actually start, even before going and recording? When did you start honing your skills as an artist?
Well, as I said, born with music mean from a band where I sing, where I DJ, where I say a poem, where they're on the stage, where they're on the juice box, so people say because we're very small. We used to be the DJ around the song, we used to be the selector around the song. In other words, we're born in a yard where we have a sound system, you know? And in a them time when a sound system in a yard, it means that the whole community come, they come for that vibe. It means that you don't have to go nowhere because the joy where everybody want, they right where you there. So you have a lot of artists in the ghetto where I try to get them talent together. Come on my yard, come DJ, you know? So we learn a lot from these artists, plus big artists used to come through, come with our vibes, you know? Yeah.
Alright, so let me stop you for a minute.
Going to the studio for me was in the 90s, about 91, 92, you know. We used to go to the studio with Hertzman and General TK. At the early time of studio, you know. And then, due to other things in my life as a youth, we never pursued music as a career at that time. We used to just sing because we know how to do it proper. You know what I mean? I couldn't make up a song them same, you know what I mean? But after a while I realized music is a different calling from all of the career, you know. And then music for me as a Rasta man from a cultural background, we use music as that platform, you know, to impart what we learn and gain from learning through the wisdom of His Imperial Majesty El Selassie. So the music for me become that platform where we can sing the reasoning of a Rasta man in a melody, you know what I mean?
Alright.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, I want to go back on something that you said.
Yeah.
Growing up with a sound system in the yard. And I understood the picture that you painted for us just now.
Yeah.
Germans laughing. what was the name of that sound, and what part of Jamaica are you actually from?
Spanish Town, right across the Old Iron Bridge. When you reach at the hospital, you look right. The Old Iron Bridge, the only iron bridge in the West Indies.
All
So
right.
we can't miss.
You can't miss it.
You see?
And what was the sound?
It's a small sound system. My grandfather used to call it Black Universe. Yeah, but after him drop out and I come through, him son them and him little son friend them, call it Night Flight, you know? So we all through the time, we were there. You know? And I was the only grandson allowed or interested or inquisitive to go around the song, to play music or touch a button or something.
So you went around the sound as a selector, and you also said you hold the mic and perform as an artist.
DJ in Jamaica, I mean, like what we're doing now.
Toasting on the
Sing,
mic, yes.
yeah, we sing, we do poem, we act, we do everything around the song.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
we lift backs, tie up the wires, red pan red, black pan black. Yeah, see.
yes. Okay. We're gonna get into the new music and stuff like that. But touching back on when you first went to the studio, you mentioned two legendary artists in my book, which was Dirtsman and you said General TK.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was that experience like for a young artist in those times? I know you were around the artist because of the sound system, but actually going to the studio and working with an artist, what was that like?
It was fun for me, you know, and as I get to you, going into a studio in a them time, it was hard if you not have a friend, or a big artist friend or an engineer friend. So it was a privilege for me to just go through the big gate, because in them time it was big gate and big security. So we go through with TK and there, so just walk in. You know what I mean? It was an experience where before them go to the dub plate, I get to hold the mic and DJ my song. You know what I mean? So now we did kind of love the vibe as a youth and want to more of that, you know? And then as a younger youth we find other avenues to make sure people hear with more, you know? So there we start a studio on our own, you know? We do auditions and things like that. Make them hear our sound, to save them with a record and a produce a song. As we said, the big gate, you couldn't go in there unless you have a link. So normally we're outside and PP and see if a big artist would like a little youth, yeah. Come in, let in the youth, you know. We never get that. We get a chance to do auditions at many different studios and many different people tell me say you're not ready yet, find some other place and then facilitate you. Until it was a Wednesday evening we stopped for Bojo Bantan's studio and thing. And the engineer was a school friend, you know. So we get a blind. And then we sing and the producer hear me and like it, you know. So we stick around there. So that's how now up at Gargamel place. We learn music and how to sing and how to create the sound and the real rudiment of making a song, you know.
Alright. I'm looking at you now, it's obvious you live a Rastafarian lifestyle. Was that something that you were born into or did you grow into? I'm saying the lifestyle. Did you start off as a recording artist doing what we call culture reggae music?
Yes, I would start out doing cultural music straight. Like Rastafari, you know, came up on I and Joe consecration, you know, grow locks and go and trim or shape again. At the earliest time I'm about 17, you know. So we never get a chance to involve in any other thing, so we could have come find words to sing about other things, you know. It's just Rastafari we know about. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you got your break out at Gargamel Studio. You were able to record. What was that first experience like, being able to record, hearing your music, maybe on a sound system or on the radio?
It was on the radio first, you know. it was a disc jockey they called Rosie Murray. Yeah, female and Nairi FM. She come at the studio and go to give her the song and make sure so the youth playing, you know, my song, you know.
What was that record?
I say. All the atrocity we bear, we see say them no care. I don't we I go down them in the youths them tears. You know? Something like that in them time. So God gonna live like it and him come forward and with a one drop rhythm, because that was a dancer. One drop rhythm, I said. I'm a Gideon warrior, blood litter in the street. Oh, me go ensure the victory in peace. I separate the thorn, the wheat, bitter sweet. I live to set the strong man get weak. I see dispute among the ministers that show up on TV. Over the warfare broke out, Babylon lock up seats. The leader make him speak what a big empty plea. Him couldn't stop the youth, them all them city get besieged. A judgment man from south, north and east. Them couldn't stop the fire, all them city get bit. You know? And
Yes, sir.
that gonna like it again, so it started playing on the radio. So people start saying, I look at you, they sing that song there, the Rasta there. But you know, sing that up and, you know, the media now people start calling for interview and we find out the Europeans start flying and I say, yo, what? That song that you there. So it's like a forward ever movement. That was about 1999. Until one day, we in the studio and a bridging from Seattle, Washington. Then Pro Tool just come in. Come with a Pro Tool studio and say, yo, what? Record, Jamis, Lutan Fyah thing. So Jamis come at the studio for do the recording. Can't come at the studio. So I meet Jamis that day. It was a Tuesday evening and then a Thursday evening we fly out. We get visa and fly out. See Seattle, Washington, we did a show. That was the 21st of August. We did the show the 23rd. And from them time, they just forward ever, you know, to the sky. Backward never.
Okay.
True.
So, immediate success off of your first set of recordings.
Yes.
From there, we're gonna go to where your career took you. But before we do that, we got some new music. The new music that we're playing, is this all for the upcoming album or
No,
these
those are
songs
just some singles.
Okay.
Record and people release.
Okay, so we got another one we about to play entitled Better Life.
We can smoke.
Yes, sir.
Rastaman place, man.
Run it.
TG Radio, Power Reggae Radio, PowerReggae.com. We back. Lots of new music. We got a lot more new music, but we're gonna go back to where we left off. The immediate success, because once an artist is doing music in Jamaica and they get the opportunity to fly out and start doing shows, it's looked at as the artist is having some sort of success. So from that point in time when you traveled to Seattle, having that immediate impact, what was it like on your career at that point in time?
Well, for me it was good, you know, a great move for me. I feel happy, feel like just continue to do it because I tell myself, so yeah, it's the next step towards what I really aim for, you know? Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you were working with Gargamel, you said, at that point in time. After the record got out, you started traveling. What type of reception did you get from other producers? What chances did you get to work with other producers from that point on in your career?
That time, yeah, it was like a gate opener for me, you know. Like, as I said, being a budget place, all kind of people come there, you know. So, we meet almost all of the big giants them in the music, you know, from US and even in Jamaica. So when them start hearing me, you know, most of them, some of them, you know, who now try to do business, record, invite me, introduce me to promoters and all that, you know. So I'm just giving an encouraging word, you know what I mean? Yes, sir.
Okay. And your career from that point took off. Now, I'm trying to find out what's the next move for Lutan Fyah at that point in time. What was the next hit that you found after that?
Well, after that now, we start work with a producer from Germany, we call him -7 Flat. So there we sing a song we call Rasta Still the Boat. So Jamaica start know Lutan Fyah, now we start doing a lot of shows, big shows in Jamaica. You know? Yeah. That song people start singing, it went on the chart and think it got number 6 at that time, you know? It's a song that people start recognize me on the scene, on the island. Yeah.
Again, that's one of the records that gave you a chance to start traveling. Where are some of the places that Lutan Fyah has been able to go in his career due to the music that he's doing?
We'll go to the Caribbean, all over the Caribbean and things, you know. USA, some of the 52 states, not all, but some of you. Do a lot of places in Europe. Like most of the places in Europe where reggae music play. East Europe, West Europe, Scandinavia, Russia. But also to the mainland, Africa. You know? Yes,
Alright.
South America also. Went to Argentina, went to Colombia. Also went to Latin America, Puerto Rico, Costa Rica.
You see, I specifically asked you that question because I know you've traveled a lot in your career. And it always amazes me the impact that reggae has even in non-English speaking countries. So you traveling to some of these places and witnessing it for yourself. Tell us from your perspective what that's like.
That's the power of reggae.
Yeah, you see the power of, you see reggae music is a language where it's come to a slang where speak from the art, you know. So the followers of reggae connect to the songs from the art. So when the artists arrive anywhere as a reggae artist, people see him as a brother or a sister, you know, not just as an entertainer. They say my brother rich, no, or my sister rich, you know what I mean? So that connection they always feel good to me, you know. Yes, I go in a places like Spain, you know, deep in a Spain, with Valencia and some place, and Madrid, nobody know I hear English language, you know. And then when you perform, they sing the songs along with you. You know what I mean? And then you can just say, hi, hello, goodbye, it was nice, thank you very much. You know what I mean? In France, nobody know want to hear no English. Worse when you go deeper down in a French place. You know, people just want to tell us I don't speak English. But when you sing the song, they sing along with you. You know what I mean? So it's a language that connect to the art, you know, the reggae. That's why you see reggae music, it's separate and apart from all music, you know, because the people, the men who create this music, you know, them time, are some hungry man where just a praise Jah and want put the praises together in a melody for the world to hear it, you know. So this is how the reggae came up, you know, through the studying of the Bible, mankind history upon the earth, you know, and come up with a proven conclusion that Haile Selassie is Almighty. Someone want to declare that, you know. This is how the reggae come about. So in other declaration they know says a art to art connection where everyone is one. That's why I say I and I no mean me nor you. It means I and I, the one life where in I and I, we're at one, you know, with that one life. So I saw the music come across the same way, you know, the I and I spirit, you know.
Okay. We've played maybe about 6 new records alone from the start of the show. I want to touch on some of those records and touch on what you have going on as far as social media and stuff. What's the latest video you have out? Because I know there's a video that's bubbling for you that we played one of the records earlier.
The latest video for Lutan Fyah is a song called Sweet Trico. Yeah, produced by Tim Dub out of Negril, Jamaica. Me and him come together and create a sound, and the song is like a teaching kind of vibe, because if you notice worldwide today, Sweet Trico, that's the name of the song.
What's the meaning?
Trichome now is the ingredient in the cannabis that produce the THC and the CBD. Yeah, that CBD, you know, they got receptors in the human brain and body connect together like breast milk in the female titty. It's like that same CBD cannabis, you know. So we try put it in a 4-minute song, reason it out with a little piece of melody if you make people can sing along. I love the sweet trichome, you know. So worldwide, if you notice, ganja are legalized or tolerated in every state. So now the intention was to put across a different message from the legalized message or ganja for free message, you know, because man be saying these things from in the 60s, you know. So I come up with a more reasoning, like where I teach something about ganja, cannabis, you know what I mean? Sweet trichome.
Alright, with that being said, you seem like someone who would be a proponent for the legalization of marijuana worldwide.
As a Rasta, you know, we legal, you know.
Okay. Alright. My question to you
Yeah,
is,
man.
my question to you is,
Legal,
if the question was proposed to you, why should it be legalized? What would be your answer?
The first and foremost reason for the legalization of ganja is for Rasta use it first, freely. Saying, and then when you check it scientifically, it have medicinal use. People use, cook it up and eat it. It can, them say them use it make cloth, them make bread, them make oil for running machines. All of the something them where people use, ganja can be cannabis, hemp, manufacture to come to, you know, what you say want. You know what I mean? So then we show the world say, this is something Rasta just use in sacramental order, the time when we are praise Almighty. And we struggle and fight and we try hard to put this plant on top of every plant. It's like we're doing Jawin while we do all that. Because we never did know the scientific use or the legal reasoning about the trichome or none of them time there. We just know say ganja for legal and I want to use ganja. No, it's powerful. Found and Solomon grave and all these things. And now you see today people go to school and study this plant. And this plant is in like, where them say 99% of the medicine in the pharmacy, right? Cannabis, hemp, ganja, same marijuana, weed, sensimilla, cushion pen.
Okay. Now, the video is out now on YouTube. Do you have a personal YouTube page?
Yeah, Lutan Fyah TV, the YouTube page.
Okay.
Yeah. Instagram is the Lutan Fyah Music. See? Facebook is Lutan Fyah.
Okay.
Yes,
And the song is available now on iTunes,
yes, sir.
Amazon,
Yes,
all
sir.
digital platforms.
Yes, sir.
Some of the other music that we touched on is also new music that you have out.
Yeah, those are songs released. You know, the last set of release songs for Lutan Fyah.
Is there any particular one that we played throughout
Yeah.
the night that you have it special to you, or is a
Sweet
special?
Trichome is the special song to me, right? If you
Okay.
listen to music, you know, it's not just the Sweet Trichome words or the melody, you know. The music itself will complement the whole, make the song with the song. The kind of new vibe-ish like Lutan Fyah personal feel sound will come out of I in the studio, tell the musicians what to play, how to play, use that song, you know what I mean?
Alright, that's what we're going to start talking about now. Lutan Fyah's sound. Where did it come from? Who were some of your inspirations throughout your career that helped you along in your music?
People, you know, we surround like even the item, you know, I'm an inspiration fully. But musically, as I say, I'm born in a music place, I yard surround music. We never have a favorite artist. We never know which song feel up the right more than the rest. So then, you know, me, myself, every artist was just my artist. The songs, me just go with it. When I come first start the music now, professionally sing with a microphone, I find myself attracted to most of the female artists. You know what I mean? The Tracy Chapman, the Lauren Hill, you know what I mean? This woman who do a dub poet kind of song named Jill Scott. And them kind of slow, jazzy kind of vibe that I like and go with, you know. With reggae music now, you know, the Bonnie Whaler and the Peter Touch, my vibe that, you know, that my style, that we twin them up and work like that, you know. If you understand what I mean. You know what I mean? Bob Marley is everybody's artist, D Brown is the best artist. You know what I mean? So everything just compiled and download and Lutan Fyah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, we touched on the current music that you have out. Me personally, I like the last record that we played, Feel Like Skank.
Yes, sir.
It's more like a sound man vibe, you know what I'm saying, you know.
Yeah.
I'm into the music that way, so
Sure.
I like that record. But all of these songs are available now.
Yes, sir. iTunes, Amazon, all them platforms.
Any upcoming rhythms that you're working on for 2017?
What's working on right now for Lutan Fyah is the new album, you know. The new album, a 13-track album called Music Never Die. Yeah, produced by the High Grade Records, out of St. Croix, you know.
Okay, so that's the new album.
Music Never Dies, to be released the 17th of February next year to come. Yes, sir.
Snipe,
Yeah, I got one track go for the album. Yeah.
exactly. Okay,
Put
that's how we do.
put the fire in there.
Okay, that's how we do. So we're gonna get to that record in a minute. But let's talk about the album now.
Yes, sir.
What is the inspiration for doing this album? You've done a lot of music over your career. And just to keep going, you're coming with, like you said, a 13-track album at the top of the year, February 17th.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about the production. You said you started working in the studio and directing.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this album.
This Music Never Dies album never directed by Lutan Fyah. What happened is that these are some brethren who've been my brethren over the years, you know. And then we always into want to do an album together. High Grade Records, Lutan Fyah. They came to Jamaica. They lay some drum and bass, you know. And then I sang on those drum and bass, and then they do the overdubbing thing. Put the keyboard and the percussion and the horns and the rest to balance up the melody of the song with the drum and bass and sing on. So then this album is a more raw roots, one drop original reggae sounding kind of song, you know what I mean? Yes, sir. Reggae in its rise form.
You said the producers are from St. Croix?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want to shout out St. Croix because it's a lot of music coming from St. Croix, a lot of artists pushing reggae music hard in St. Croix. So shout out to St. Croix. Pick up to all the listeners.
I Grade Records, bless.
Rima Music.
Rima Music. A lot of people doing good in St. Croix, so shout out to them. Okay, but you put the sound together for this album.
Yeah, we all come together and do this, you know. Tippy, High Grade, Moon from out of New York. Same as Jadi from Florida. Plus some other musicians, you know, from INNERVIEW and even Jamaica.
And what are some of the things that you're talking about on this upcoming album?
This mostly talk about the music, you know, unity between I and I as a people. You know what I mean? We sing about some upliftment for the woman. You know, the normal Lutan Fyah social commentary. You know what I mean? Because we don't pick what to sing about, we just sing because we done Rasta already.
Once again, February 17th, Lutan Fyah, Music Never Dies. We're gonna go into one of the tracks off of the album. Sniper, you ready?
Yeah.
TGM Radio, POWEROFREGGAE.com. POWEROFREGGAE.com, POWEROFREGGAE Radio. I see what's going on. You played that record like 5 times?
6, 7.
6 times?
10.
Let me give a shout out. Let me give a shout out to the room right now.
Picture.
We got a lot of people in the room. I see a lot of faces, a lot of smiling faces in the room. Shout out to the How Clear Project. They definitely in the room. Shout out to DJ Major. He here. Barrington, I see you in the back. Who else here? Yata Safari's here. Bobo Rems is here. Who else is here?
Bubbles.
Bubbles is here. Carrie Killer's here in the house. I see him moving around in the
Metric
back.
man.
Metric Man is here. Yo, we got a lot of people here, so I see that y'all took over the show. Y'all partying. We about to get back to this interview, though. I'm about to take back control of this shit. Shout out to Lutan Fyah in the house. A lot of music.
Yes, sir.
You got the room moving. You got the room bubbling. And it's only right because your music gives that type of vibe throughout the years.
Natural.
It's a pleasure interviewing you right now after listening to you for all these years.
Yes, I give thanks. Blessed.
Let's talk about throughout your career, what would you say is your biggest record?
The biggest record to me, and the Rasta still about, it means so much to me. And then worldwide, people accept it, like, them give me the feeling like it means a lot to them too, you know. So they give thanks.
So when you perform worldwide, all these places you've been, the most requested record that you
No, that's not the most. The most requested record is one of the first releases of Lutan Fyah called Crystal Clear, you know?
Wow.
A song we did in a basement, a microphone like this, read from the paper and sing.
What?
People always request that song. Worldwide, Africa, Europe, Caribbean, Latin America, South America, people say, why don't you sing Crystal Clear, man?
Wow.
Yeah, just
Okay, I want to remind the listeners that February 17th, Music Never Dies, the new project.
yeah, and I want to let them know that the tour,
Starts tomorrow, right? yeah, I'm on point with it. Let me
The
get to
tour,
it.
no. The tour, the
The tour.
2017 tour.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that for a minute.
So that's it.
Before we go there, please, before we go there, y'all beating me bad tonight. Before we go there, Sniper played a record off of the project Music Never Dies, entitled Put a Fire on Them.
Yeah,
Okay. Once again, February 17th, Music Never Dies.
yes, sir.
13 tracks.
Yes, sir.
Available online, iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon. Go out and get it. The new video, Sweet Track Homes,
Yes, sir.
currently out now. Tomorrow, you're leaving out.
No, we're leaving out on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes, sir. And we'll be back on the second.
Okay. That show is actually a big show, but then when you come back, you're gonna start a tour for the album. Is that how
Well,
it's
we're
working?
leaving to Senegal to do a show on the 31st of December this year.
Going to Senegal?
Lutan Fyah Narisman in Senegal, Dakar.
Yes.
See?
Yes.
Then we'll fly back to the United States. Yeah. Go to Jamaica. Get the band in the studio, the rehearsal. Our tour for this Music Never Die is in July, August. Yeah. we start getting a lot of West Coast requests already, you know. California, Washington, Oregon.
With the tour,
Yeah.
are you touring with a live band?
Yeah, Lutan Fyah, the rhythm rebel band. That's Lutan Fyah.
Okay.
Unit, you know. So same of us what the world, you know, knock. Yes, sir.
So the album once again dropping February 17th. The accompanying tour starts in July
Yes, sir.
on the West Coast.
Yes, sir.
Lutan Fyah and
And the rhythm rebel band.
Rhythm Rebel Band.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where are some of the places that you've been able to perform with your entire band so far in your career?
Jamaica mostly, you know. And
So you haven't-
California.
You haven't been to none of those festivals in Europe with the band as yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
You definitely looking forward
Back
to
in the
seeing that.
days, about 2005, 6, we used to tour with our band in Europe. At that time, we used to work with the C-Sharp band. C-Sharp band. Yeah, we used to tour with them in Europe. We also did a tour with the Dub Tonic band from Jamaica. My personal unit is the Rhythm Rebel. That's my band, you know.
What made you actually put together your own band?
My band is always together, but reason why it happened that I have to tour with other band and other people bands because I tour with other artists, you know. So we have to normally get a band together to facilitate both of us music, you know. So he left his band, me left my band, and put a band together, you know. But nowadays we have so much song and so much ways to perform these songs. So just want to run out with our band, you know.
See, we got a lot of music, and I know
Yes,
there's people in the room that want to get back to the music. They don't want to hear me talk all night, but we gonna give them a special treat though. Sniper, you know what time it is, right?
Yes,
I hope you're on point with this, man.
Wow.
No, you Jonesy breaking every minute.
Always. That's how you do it.
Yo,
You on point over this, Sniper? You know what time of the show it is, right?
Mm.
Lutan, you got something we do every show. Before the end of the show, we trap that rhythm.
Which rhythm?
Any rhythm.
rhythm.
Say that. Problem.
Listen to Bubbles. She ready. It's her favorite part right here. Sniper, you itching.
What is?
Sniper's gonna run the rhythm. And
Run already make it go and beat. Ha. Rastafari live it and reign, yeah. Let the Most High name be praised. Most High name be praised. You know say, look, Bubble Fire, Bubble Rems. You know me last 4 times I know you're here.
see,
I even went to Manhattan and right back here.
Wow.
You know what you do to me? You give me a direction.
it's the sweet dry homes.
You give me a direction. It have nothing to do with the trico.
a German direction.
You don't see it? It said, take a walk, go to the bus stop. Take the red bus, we got the load on the top. When you reach the bus, ask him and come. Tell him you what the secret spot. Yes, you know what? Let me tell you what. Well, I see it at the window, you see down and watch. Make sure you come off at the first bus stop. Look at the further, you see a little shop. Pull up. Red. Yeah, man. Yo, knock it out. Him give me a direction. Me drive round every section. From Brooklyn to Queens to Manhattan. Lord of mercy. Him said, take a walk, go to the bus stop. Take the red bus, we got the load on it up. When you reach the bus, ask him at Maxan. Tell him to tell you what the secret spot. Yes, you know what? Let me tell you what. Well, I see it at the window, you see down and watch. Make sure you come up at the first bus stop. You go down little further, you see a little shop. Along further,
You see a dirt track now, take the dirt track up on the hilltop. Right for your man a sell jelly coke, nothing no go left, no go right, and no bother turn back. Go down straight ahead till you reach Bunny Flat. When you reach Bunny Flat, boy, pop out your knife, take up a big stone and ready for your fight. From down there, then we kill your big fight. Bite out your head side, what's a if I like now? Take red, make the bus right, make the bus turn at the next stoplight. I go see a big store, a hydrant pipe and a big sign mark, vegetarian delight. I know, that's what me did. That lamp further, pass the ball field, then you cross the gutter, go down straight ahead, then you reach a center. Let us see a high fence with the above wire, and click down way there, that they wanna danger. Let us see a game piece and a core basta. Get the game piece, cause we are there shorter, you can yam sugar cane, them sweet like sugar. Until the other pull out your temper, then you see a sign mark, you won't enter. Put on your shoes and beware of a car. Rain and go far, walk with umbrella. Let us see a big yard, but them come over here. I got this one, let's take a hand. Give me a direction, Lord. Give me a direction, Let Rastafarian name be praised. Talk early. Full time we give thanks and praises. Give praises to the King, the blessing that He brings. And before and after, this one is highly fully presented. Give thanks and praises. Give praises to the King. Say give thanks and praises. Give praises to the King. Lord, me say a long time me what it me see no false preachers, teachers and prophets. Babylon has spread all them dirty epidemic, but it ain't all disease. Rust on our churches. And me say go my people and replenish. You saw me for blessing them, for spending and go send it. Action I go take and this one I go trust it. I free the city when Babylon lock it. And give thanks and praises. Give praises to the King. The blessing that He bring, none before, none after, none after, none before. Them to see how this West get desolate, and the wicked them confused and perplexed. To visit them in a them one craftiness, so like the tower be a bell, them wreck, them reap corruption through them soul and the flesh. Them feel like say them all so wise and perfect. Them got a dirty appetite. Them young filthiness, hey them go all like swine in a mess. Meanwhile I give thanks and praises, give praises to the King. The blessing that He bring, none before, none after. This one is already fully presented. Hey come give thanks and praises, thanks and praises, to the later days.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Because you class yourself as a singer, but
I know,
lyrics.
I know the class like.
No. Yeah, but all right, but your style now. Let's talk
I just
about
chant. You know what I mean? Like anyway, me sing some song R&B style too. You know.
That's
I sing some calypso style song too.
The song that we
play, song and all kind of song.
The song that we play
song.
Ghetto Life. It has like a more like a hip hop feel to the record itself.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that record. That's a new record that you got as well?
Yeah, that's one of the new ones. Virgin just sent the rhythm to me and the vibes came out like that, you know. Yeah.
Okay. Again, lyrics. That's the one that he played. Sniper played like 6 times. So it was requested. A lot of new music out now. Check them out on iTunes. Lutan Fyah. That's LUTANFYAH. Lutan Fyah.
I can play that one. Plug it in. You sing all kinds of songs.
You see, the artist got so much music.
Oh, yeah.
What's the name of that record? Let's see.
New Day.
No
Send
day.
it to
It's
YouTube, it's YouTube.
Oh,
See
which
it.
one?
New Day, Lutan Fyah, New Day.
Alright, you see, that's the problem now.
All kind of songs.
All kind of song, all type of music that you have, a lot of releases. So once again, I'm encouraging the listeners to go to iTunes
Yes,
and
sir.
look at the catalog, look at the music, and also look out for the new project, February 17th.
This is my 50th album, you know.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
What would you contribute to your longevity in the music?
So that,
What would you contribute to your longevity in the
what will
music?
I
so far?
contribute?
Yes.
Well, my thing is, you know, as Rastafari, you know, the one love concept we have, and I have, you know, want to spread it across the world, you know, cause every Rastaman you see is a one love in band in him by DNA, regardless of any situation you see and I go through, and brawl or whatever. The one love principle there in I. So I don't want to spread across through music, you know what I mean? Make ones feel like, yeah, your brethren there, your sister there, so what, we not have no fear, cause if you check the world today, there's fear people just in a fear, you know, like, you know what I mean, fear everything.
Okay. You were an artist that you said this is your 15th album now. You've been doing it. You said you started out back in the early 90s. But you have been accepted by what they call the reggae revival. The artists such as the new reggae artists now, the new scene, I noticed that they're embracing Lutan Fyah. What do you think of the re-emergence of good reggae music over the past couple of years?
Like the past 2 years, couple
Yeah.
of you doing, that means before that they were
alright.
good reggae music.
We're not playing semantics, but you, the revival that we're currently going through now, what do you think about it? We tend to say that the music never died, it never went away, but they're calling it a revival.
Yeah, it's a great thing still, cause then if the world can see that as a revival for reggae and then starts reggae again, if they will stop reggae, it's a good thing. And then
Okay.
respect the move because Rastafari always have a strength ones, you know. Iron sharpening iron. And then if I was here doing this music, I know that a younger youth come forward, come do it with the foolishness mode all along. So then what happened for Lutan Fyah in music is that my seed bear and become a tree now, you know. Because if you check along and reason it out, you'd realize that most of them youths are some youth where I show the respect even before people hear them sing, you know what I mean? Call them star or superstar and make sure people hear them also, you know? So then it's a manifestation, it's like a hybrid of what was, what is, and what is to come. I am of the stead of virgins before I. So then usually have to come after.
After you.
Do the same.
Okay.
You know, chance to the same song, you know.
Okay, before we tune out, is there anybody throughout your career, which has been a long one, that you want to give a shout out to? Any personal thanks? Anybody you want to give a shout out to? Anything you want to tell the fans, the listeners, before we tune out?
Well, I want to big up my mother, you know. Big up my children, big up my brother them, my sister them, first and foremost, you know. Big up all the real brethren them who stood out for Lutan Fyah, all the real sisters them who would want always to see Lutan Fyah go right and do right, you know. All of the encouragers them who encourage me in doing right, singing right, all of the encouragers them who encourage me in trying to advise me in doing wrong, I give thanks to them, you know, because it's a balance every time. Love and respect.
Before we tune out, there's a record I want Sniper to play, but I want you to explain the concept behind the record. All capital style. What's the meaning behind the record? All capital style.
You know,
All capital style.
All
What that
capital
mean?
style.
Yeah. Tell us a little
Spanish
bit
town
about
and the whole capital, you know.
Exactly.
I know it's a place that people have a perception say it's a rough place. You know what I mean? But in the roughness and all of that, you have principle and the people used to grow in them you. So you still have doctors, lawyers, engineers, and everybody live over the police officers, superintendents, you know. Yeah, decent people, good families, you know, in a Spanish town.
Alright. Before we tune out, we're going to leave the listeners with that record. TGM Radio, Power Reggae Radio, PowerReggae.com. Check us out tomorrow at Link Up Tuesdays, 87 Ludlow. Sniper, play that old Capital style for me.
So we can't stand the service, the youth and program, the meat at the class. Informer chopping on the crocodile swamp. It's like going up in a start and up the hill. Sirens and naked blue. From Tel Aviv to Waterloo, they must search for your bleach.